Ask Raven, the wise one listens and answers with song. For those who wander and wonder too long, ask Raven, and I'll recall the rise, the fall, the flame, the thrall. From cloud and current I watch below, where warships fade and herring glow, where man builds vessels and buries his name, and the sea just swallows them all the same. The war that never ends. I've seen your kind through every age, scrawling peace across a battle's page. You craft your tools from sacred trees, then feed their hearts to hungry seas. When fear is near, you build and burn. You forge new threats, with each return. No lesson lingers, no oath holds. Your progress marches, dressed in gold. And yet, even as you wound the tide, you cannot hide what still abides. For every warship born of flame becomes in time a beast of shame. You turned your hunters into trade, the same sharp hulls but softly made. Your guns became the deckhand's oar, your depth charge racks the fisherman's store. But still the ghosts beneath them call, because no keel forgets at all. The transformation. I watched as peace reshaped the fleet. The subchasers docked in quiet retreat. Men stripped the engines, changed the skin, and cleaned the nightmare had grown thin. But nightmares do not drown, they sleep inside the timber, dark and deep. The Mesquite wood, Texas bone, still held the pulse of all that's known. The Cooper's roar, the gunner's fear, the echo found in every gear. When diesel came and fish were placed, the hull still dreamed of what it chased. You thought the sea forgot your cries, but I heard the truth in the herring's eyes. They glittered silver in the foam, millions rising, seeking home. Raven's observation of man. Man builds his empires on regret, and calls their rules progress yet. You praise the peace you cannot keep, then mine the ocean for what's asleep. You say we work, not fight no more, but I have watched this dance before. The net, the guns, they hung the same, just tools that serve a different name. Your battleships now catch your food, your greed disguised as brotherhood. You worship profit, call it peace, but still the tides will never cease. They carry whisper, bones, and dreams, and wash them back through all your schemes. For man forgets what water knows, the rust, the rot, the undertows. The sea keeps tally, calm and keen, recording what your hands have been. The age of cold compassion. Then came the age you named refined, where cold replaced the killing mind. You built the tanks of RSW and called it mercy bright and new. The herring lived inside your steel, their silver trembling under keel. You simply keep them fresh alive, but half of mercy cannot thrive. I saw their eyes, millions stared, felt their panic in the air. The same cold pulse that filled the war now beat through hoses, pipes, and floor. The same old scream, same old sin, just quieter now, dressed neat and thin. For cruelty loves a cleaner name, and man repeats his work in flame. The dream that remembered you, the one you called Captain, dreamed that night. I perched unseen beside his light. I saw him thrash in silver glue, pouting at the hatch of dew. The herring swirled, the sea turned dim, and all their fear was born through him. He woke up right, heart in a drum, and still reaching for what would come. He carried their ghost inside his head, half alive and half long dead. And when he slept, they dreamed through him, through storm and scale, through deck and limb. For dreams are doors the sea can use to test which souls she means to lose. Raven speaks of memory. Memory is never still. It ebbs and flows against your will. You bury truth in brine and bone, but salt preserves what can't atone. The wood remembers every nail, each echoing depth chart, each broken sail. The ship remembers who she killed, and every hole that fear has filled. You name an industry, call it need, but underneath still beats the creed. To conquer something, prove control, while trembling for your mortal soul. Raven judgment. From above I see the folly clear. Each age forgets the one before. Each tool reborn from pain and fear. Each man convinced he's done with war. But listen, the timbers hum beneath the frost. Their planks still whisper all they've lost. The herring I'm too weak and cold. They dream of light their mothers told. You think the ghosts are gone or tamed, but I see them marching unnamed. The subchasers creak in the fog's gray hole. Minesweepers stir where kelp takes hold. They're waiting still, their engines bare, for men to dream them back from air. The raven's warning. Mark me, wanderer, tide and bay. Peace will never learn to stay. As long as man remembers war, he'll find new names to fight it for. The tools may change, the banners fade, but hunger keeps the same old blade. Yet not all doom is carved in stone. If you recall what sea has shown, you might yet end the dream that bleeds, and plant instead what mercy needs. Honor the ship that saved your breath, and mourn the herring's shining death. The sea forgives but never lies, for truth reflected in their eyes. The closing reflection. To ask a name, listen close, to decks that creep, and waves that boast. Each vessel sunk, each fish once sold, still murmurs stories, brave and cold. For I, the watcher, hear it plain, ocean's choir, joy and pain. You call it progress, I call it dreams, the half-lived lives of haunted beings. One night soon you'll dream once more, the hatch above, the flooding floor. But if you wait and still can stand, remember, life was borrowed land. Half a story from the coast, where the sea still speaks, raven listens. Write to ghostadventures@gmail.com. Share your own haunting on the tides. Keep Ghostwood afloat. Toss a coin in our treasure chest. Like, subscribe, or whisper your tale below. But you forget, Raven remembers, through fire and embers. Raven remembers, nevermore.